Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam!
Oh, light the beam indeed, and condolences to all the Kings fans after that disappointing Summer League championship game loss.
Oh, they lost?
I don't know how they'll ever be able to light the beam this coming season after the disappointment of losing Las Vegas Summer League. Welcome into another episode of the Sports Cave with Biggest Puma. A absolutely, you would call that chock full run sheet tonight for a Monday night.
For the slowest week in sports, we sure do got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because as I was making this run sheet, I kind of thought to myself, you know, with Wednesday night, I'm going to be doing double duty. I'll be hosting Andy's show Wednesday afternoon and then coming in here. So I was thinking maybe we can have a light show tonight and save some stuff for Wednesday because I'm going to want to recycle. We'll see how much of this we get to. Most of it, I don't think much is going to be on the cutting room floor, but we shall see. Broadcasting again here live on the north side of San Antonio, where also Wednesday we're going to have a new countdown because officially we are 0 days until the Cowboys report to Oxnard. We have the Cowboys, seemingly the entire team reporting, including as we'll hear Jerry refer to Micah by a different name. Apparently Micah is actually there as well, and he's going to practice through the negotiations.
That's surprising. Usually they hold out, but Micah is turning a new leaf.
It feels like he's unfortunately, there goes monetization, unfortunately buying into this whole Jerry, we need leaders narrative that he is pushing. Last year, CD set out the entire training camp, and we'll see how long Micah actually stays in Oxnard until they get a deal done. Not that this is a direct shot or anything. It's also National Junk Food Day.
Oh, great, man. What is that? What is that? That's 365 in America, man.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising. How did we land on July 21st as National Junk Food Day? It feels like we could have one at least monthly, at least 12 of those a year.
Need more National Salad Days, especially for
You'd be proud of me. I had a kale, make your own salad at Central Market. Nice kale salad for lunch.
Oh, yeah, I can't do just straight kale. I can do the kale, like I go to Salada and I get the
sprinkled kale.
Yeah, I get the Salada mix that has the kale in there.
Salada is I have a principled stand against them. There's no way a salad should cost me twice my hourly salary.
Oh, with as much toppings as I put on.
That's
there,
what I was about to say. It adds up quick. Yeah, that adds up
and
quick.
Don't skimp on that hard-boiled egg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, I'd keep a
salad
simple. Keep a salad simple.
Protein.
It's also July 21st is also a more important day than National Junk Food Day. It's also my lovely mama's birthday. So,
happy birthday, Mama Puma.
That's right. Happy birthday, Missy. Happy birthday, Mama.
What you say about my mama?
That's correct. Main segment, we got our NFC South preview to get into. I'm excited to finally get into the NFC. If you missed it, the last 4 episodes, our main segments have all been the AFC division previews, each one its own main segment. So if you missed those, go back and give those a listen. I saw the YouTube subscriptions keep popping up, a little inching closer to 500. So if you haven't subscribed there, LG, tell the good people how they can help us out.
You can help us out by hitting that subscribe button or the like button or the follow button if you are on Twitch.
There's that lovely face.
Or you can hit the repost button if you're on X, the artist formerly known as Twitter.
Hey.
I saw a good Norm. Every now and then I'll just go down like a 3-hour Norm Macdonald weekend update YouTube wormhole.
So
and I saw Norm had as most of Norm's jokes were, as we heard Shane use the Heisman winner, Travis Hunter, congratulations on winning the Heisman. They can never take that away from you.
Exactly.
Unless you kill your wife and a waiter, and then they'll take that away from you. Norm was always the king. There's a great Prince, the artist formerly known as Prince. And I think Norm called him something like just formerly an artist or something along those lines. But yeah, no, as LG said, we really, really appreciate the help. Trying to get to 500 by football season so we can open up those super chat options. Until we get the super chats going, though, LG, tell them if they want to support the program directly, how they can go about doing that.
You can go to buymeacoffee.com/sportscavelive, and we appreciate that. You can throw a tip in there into the microphone fund because that's where all that money is going to.
Just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip.
Trying to get, we've got some plans for football season to have some watch parties, have some more hangouts, some more people sitting in with us. So would really like to turn around and invest some of that money pretty quickly into some additional mics so we can have some more voices than the three of our
or if you just want to buy us the mics outright, just you know,
that would also
we should do like an Amazon
too.
wish list and just post the link to that.
Oh, like a wedding registry or like
kind of like that,
like all these OnlyFans girls do. They have
yes.
I feel like every day I'm slipping closer and closer to becoming an OnlyFans girl.
Just start out with the feet fetish, the feet finders first. You know what I'm saying?
Size 14s, brother.
Hey.
There's got to be a market for that.
You get paid by the inch, sir.
Bonuses for corns.
So to speak. I feel like corns would probably limit your profitability.
My mangled feet, they might.
I was about to,
you underestimate human fetishes.
You know what? What's the rule? It's what is it like? Rule? It's maybe rule 69, but it's like no matter how gross you think something is, there's someone out there that's attracted to that.
Yeah.
Like the rule of fetishes, there's always some guy or
Someone's
a girl out there.
Off to it.
That's correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, unfortunately,
man. But we got a new studio.
We need
TV.
microphones. So
I brought the new studio TV. It's
that is one step closer.
Chilling in the truck. Man,
That'll be nice. You know? That'll be nice. We're slow again. We're going on the 4th month of this thing. We're haven't even gotten a full quarter. We haven't even had a full quarter to do a quarterly business review yet to really take stock of where we're at.
We need to see the numbers, sir.
Exactly. No, if you do have the inclination to help us out with those mics, definitely reach out to, you can find me on X at Biggest Puma, Instagram biggest.puma.
And I changed it.
What?
The captain's chair 210.
Okay, I like no underscore. Underscores are terrible for branding.
I had to sit there and just trial and error, and I'm like, no underscores. I almost went with the Capitan, but
it's hard to spell.
Yeah,
it's a bit confusing.
I don't know how many people know Spanish.
Well, I mean, even that, I think there's still a spelling. Even if, I know that, but if I tried to spell that 10 times in a row, I would absolutely get it wrong.
It makes you stop spelling captain right.
Right.
You know, because
exactly.
I went by, that was my Xbox handle, the Capitan. And, every time I spelled captain, I always spelled it Pitan, you know?
Yeah, it completely throws off
threw me off.
What is actually your
but
chosen
now it
language.
Is the captain's chair 210.
So glad we got that off at the top here then.
Hey,
so,
buddy.
Everyone rush out. Cap has been taking it upon himself to cutting some of our, I guess you would call them best of clips from the episode.
Bits,
yeah,
the funnier bits.
And some of those, I'm surprised you get 30 seconds because I get so tunnel vision and talking about the AFC West or whatever is in the.
I sit there and try to. I'm like, oh, that's good. Okay, well, and I look at the time. I'm like, okay.
Well, don't use my OnlyFans foot.
It might go on there. It might go on there.
We've got. Trust me. Look, all right.
Hey, because it's your mom's birthday, we won't use your OnlyFans foot fetish feet
Thank you.
finder.
In honor of my mom. Instead, you could potentially use the fart segment we're going to do, or the poop cruise review we're going to do.
Oh man, there's a lot of good stuff today.
There's a lot. There is as you said, what should be a slow portion of the schedule. We actually have a crap ton to get to, for lack of a better phrase. So let's get right into it with the biggest purveyor of bullshit in this region. Jerry Jones himself.
Oh, buddy.
And I'm doing this.
Oh, buddy. He's the ultimate car salesman, man.
I'm doing this for you at the top. Well, he also talked about cars again today because anytime Jerry, this is a Cowboys tradition.
Yeah.
The first day they all report to Oxnard. He does the state of the team address with him and Steven.
His own State of the Union.
And whatever puppet head coach is currently employed.
Yeah.
So we got Schottenheimer out there today. Shotty didn't have a whole lot to say because Jerry and Steven.
I'm going to give him Dad my ring if we going to win the Super Bowl.
Because he knows he's constantly looking down at him as he's being, Jerry's got his hands so far up there controlling everything. But,
you know, my dad hates the term used car salesman, like, because he was a used car salesman. Like, I just found that out talking to him yesterday. I was like, man, he's such a cheesy, you know.
It feels like such a weird hill
he's
to
like,
die
he's
on.
like a little used car salesman. He's like, man, I hate that term. I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, it feels like such
you were
a
30
weird.
years,
like,
30 years in the car business.
You're defending, like a lawyer's like, not all lawyers are bad. Like,
Well,
it's a used car salesman, man. Every car salesman is bad. They're trying to trying to absolutely make as much money as they can.
There's some good ones out there. My dad would he wouldn't BS you. You know, he would be like, and he wouldn't hire anybody that had that cheesy smile or wouldn't talk to you in a high-pitched voice.
Oh, so he had hiring powers.
Oh,
okay. So used car
he was
manager.
30 years in the game.
I worked when I was in college for a while. I think I've told this story before. I worked as a porter at a car lot, and usually, most of the time, I spent the time on the used car side of it.
Yeah.
Brunner Motors in Stephenville, Texas, and those used car dudes were some of the most entertaining. I mean, I was like 20 through 23. You know, that 3-4 year range right there. These dudes are.
They're cracking.
Oh my God! It's
worst jokes.
Yeah, terrible, and they're just vultures waiting for people to swarm the lot. You know,
one of my first jobs, I used to go cook the hot dogs up there, and they would be standing around the grill eating the hot dog, cutting up jokes, and just ragging on each other. And I'm 12 years old at the time, and I'm just listening to all of them, and then they see some guy, and they'd be like, "No, this one's mine. This one's mine." And God forbid it be a female. Like,
no. Then it's Lord of the Flies, like the poop cruise
dogs,
when the power went off. That was also the job where one spring break I went to South Padre and then didn't come back to Stephenville for like 6 weeks. And just didn't call or tell them. And then I did a Costanza. I just walked in on that Tuesday morning when I got back. I was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" They're like, "What the hell are you doing?"
I'm just gonna walk in like I was supposed to be there.
They needed me more than I needed them.
Exactly.
And immediately they were like, "All right, fine. Here, just start washing cars. We'll take you back. It's fine."
Lot washers are hard to come by sometimes.
Exactly. So I say all of that. We're gonna start with Jerry because throughout this training camp, we're not going to cover every single thing Jerry says throughout these negotiations, specifically with Micah, but more broadly, he's going to say something every day that everyone's going to flip out about online, and it's just Jerry being Jerry. It's manipulating the narrative. We're not going to fall prey to that yet. We'll wait till they start the season 1-4, and then we'll talk Jerry like that. But
I remember when someone got elected president for the second time, and they were all saying the same thing. We're not going to fall prey to everyday antics from this one person.
Who? Reagan?
Trump.
Oh, you must mean Clinton then.
Clinton.
Oh, okay. Or W. Or hell, it could have been Barry O. I hear he's in some hot water.
Oh, man.
Now, Jerry started, as always, with the State of the Team address. And
stays going on, man.
Jerry, tell me if this is a good way, as you're negotiating with one of your star players, tell me if this is a good way to refer to the guy that attempting to lock up to one of the biggest defensive contracts in the entire league. This is how Jerry referred to him earlier.
Of all the players that I've ever negotiated with, Micah Parsons is as savvy and knowledgeable and understanding of his financial business relative to football as any player I've ever been around.
So extremely complimentary, right?
Yeah.
What a great compliment. LG, play that one more time, though, and if you missed it the first time, listen to exactly how he says Micah's name.
Of all the players that I've ever negotiated with, Michael Parsons is as savvy and
He doesn't get
knowledgeable and
either of the
understanding
names
of his
right.
financial business.
Parsons.
Michael Parson. Instead of Micah Parsons.
Oh, my God.
Like, so we're already, that just sets the level.
He did that on purpose.
Again, this is why we're not going to live and die with everything Jerry says throughout the course of this training camp. But
You call him by the wrong name, it's a power move.
1,000% it is. 1,000% it is. Speaking of power moves, this is what he had to say when a reporter asked him about the differences in how they've done business in the past versus how they've done business now with CD last year and Micah this year.
Jerry, kind of just talked about, the things that can happen before contracts up, and that's why you kind of wait for it a little bit. You've done deals, though, early with Trayvon Diggs, with Terrence Steele before it was time for it. What's the difference between those situations and a situation like CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons?
Frankly,
Frankly, twice. So you know I'm serious.
should we have waited on Diggs and Steele? Oh, you brought them up. I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Well, the other thing is the willingness.
Oh, thank you, Steven.
you
The
have
willingness.
players
You
who,
can kill it, LG.
who decide-
So Steven steps in to save Jerry there because immediately Jerry is saying, like, well, I mean, look, we did deals early with Trayvon, and as soon as we did, he blew his knee out. We did deals early with Terrence Steele. As soon as we did, he tore his ACL, and he hasn't been good since. So you tell me, was it a good idea? Like, he's just straight throwing those dudes under the bus.
He doubled, tripled down on that while being like, yeah, we could sign him, but then he can go get hit by a car the next day, you know?
Right. No,
and then he missed 6 games last year, so there's that.
There's some level of self-awareness that they believe they're playing some kind of 4D chess because they're the only team in the league that operates with the whim of
And it ends up
89-year-old general manager.
I swear it ends up in the player's favor every time. The longer you wait.
Of course it does. 82 years old.
Yeah, the longer you wait, the money goes up. So they're not winning anything. They're losing. And for some reason, Jerry's tactics, because we're talking about him, he thinks that's going to translate into dollars, which I don't know if it does.
It translates into dollars for his bottom line.
Yeah, for his bottom line. But I wonder if, there's got to be no way he's telling the players, hey, I'm going to string you along just to get clicks and stuff like this so we can get
No, I don't think it's that level of conversation behind the scenes as part of the negotiation, but I think he doesn't mind that they string the players along.
He likes it.
1,000%.
The players hate it.
Of course. And specifically, I understand, Diggs has gotten season-ending injuries twice since he signed the big deal. Terrence still had
wasn't that good anyway.
Well, he was a playmaker. Whether he was a good
jump passes,
sure,
he was a good jumping pass.
But it's asinine to say a guy who led the league in interception returns for touchdown was not good. I'm not saying he was a top 3 corner, but he was still someone that was worthy of getting a long-term deal at the time.
If I jumped a route 90% of the times, guess what's going to happen on a corner?
But I'm
housing it.
I'm housing it. That's also a massive stretch to say he was doing that 9 out of 10 routes he was covering. That wasn't actually the case either.
But he was doing it more than anybody else in the league.
Of course. And it was working more than anybody else in the league. So, again, is it results or is it the quarterback's finally learning that's what he's doing and it hasn't worked that way since? With the injuries.
How'd that season end?
About the same as all of them have since 1995 without a Super Bowl win. Yeah. I'm not here to argue that.
No NFC championships?
I mean, it's got it. So Jerry was also asked earlier today, specifically, is it embarrassing that you are now the last NFC team to appear in a championship game? Because Washington last year made it.
29 years.
Washington broke their curse. So now Dallas is the longest running.
Detroit broke it
The year. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So now he was asked about that, and he flipped out on. I think it was.
How can you ask me a question like that?
Well, he's like, I've been embarrassed quite a few times in my life, but this is.
I mean, look, we didn't have Emmett for 2 games, and we ended up winning the Super Bowl. I take that.
Exactly. So specifically
Verbatim.
with Terrence Steele and Trayvon, you just fined Trayvon $500,000 last week for training, rehabbing away from the team all offseason. Yeah. So you've already pissed him off by taking away his money. You're now suggesting that if you could go back, you wouldn't have given him the money to begin with. Which, again, if you want to argue the merits of Trayvon as a player versus what Jerry's saying, he has some right to feel like he hasn't gotten his money's worth with Trayvon.
Yeah.
But still, on the day where...
Especially when you're not underneath their doctors and their
Right, and that's what he was mad about. And he's also going back to this whole narrative of he wants leaders now, all of a sudden. Just to specifically name drop those 2 guys that are... hopefully going to be those are 2 starters, a starter on offense and a starter on defense on a team that you're hoping is actually good this year.
That you're trying to make long-term
and you're
Cowboys.
You're questioning their value in your first interview of training camp. That it would have been one thing if that was where Jerry stopped when it came to questioning players. He went on to specifically name drop Dak as well as Micah.
Oh, buddy. Do we got
on the Sports Cave? If we have that
live?
Got nothing.
What?
With the biggest
Not
Puma.
playing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, did they take? Oh, I wonder if they flagged it and took it down.
Theory.
Yeah, now the conspiracy
theory.
Let me just refresh the browser.
He scrubbed the internet.
Oh, wait a minute.
He scrubbed the internet.
Here we go.
That would be very un-Jerry-like.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Just because we sign him doesn't mean we're going to have him. He was hurt 6 games last year. Seriously.
He missed 4 games, but...
We've signed, I remember signing a player for the highest paid at the position in the league, and he got knocked out 2/3 of the year, Dak Prescott. So there's a lot of things you can think about when you, just as the player does.
I love the cut to Shoddy's face, too, as he's
guaranteeing money.
Son of a...
Just because we sign him doesn't mean we're going to have
immediately, as soon as Jerry makes that comment, that's the one that I think really spread the most today, besides him just pronouncing Micah's name wrong. And it spread so much that you got this tweet from J.J. Watt, quote, "Anytime you can publicly take a dig at your star quarterback and your star pass rusher simultaneously right before the season begins, you just got to take it. Nothing makes guys want to fight for you more than hearing how upset you are that they got hurt while fighting for you." So I think JJ,
like the leader on the defense and the leader on the offense,
literally,
and you just literally
right under the bus within the first 2 hours that you've all reported to California, and that spread so much so. It got a retweet from Micah, or should I say from Michael Parsons.
Okay, Michael.
He's playing the game too. He's going to fan the flames of, because that's the kind of, when J.J. Watt
what was the tweet?
Well, it's just saying
hey, Twitter world.
Owner calling out, like you said, your leader on offense and your leader on defense.
Oh, he's like, he basically what you, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So, and
I thought
JJ,
he had like a good soundbite.
No. It was just, he just sarcastically.
Way to motivate us.
That's basically what he said, sarcastically.
Owner.
But what Micah's doing there is J.J. Watt's an extremely well-liked player across the league from his playing time, extremely well-liked across the NFL fandom, the ecosystem of fans that are now, which as he's now doing his, behind-the-desk Sunday morning pregame duties. Micah is playing the public sympathy card there. Micah retweeting that because Micah knows, Jerry's going to get lambasted. He's going to get crucified for saying that, so I'm going to fan that flame. None of it actually, again, this is why we're talking Jerry now. We're getting it out of our system. because none of this
I love it.
actually matters whatsoever.
This puts a
at
smile
all.
on my face.
And I knew you would appreciate it. I did this just for you.
It's not like the Niners don't have our Juwan Jennings, our number 2 wide receiver, is now wanting a contract or a trade. So the Niners once again.
I mean, a number 2 wide receiver versus top 3 defensive.
And we're only paying them
edge
like
rusher.
7
Yeah, I mean,
million
y'all. I was about
a
to
year.
say y'all have gotten away with lowballing dudes for quite some time. Now that Brock Purdy money is hitting, it's getting harder.
But we have like what? We have like 5 positions of the highest paid players at their period. Like, you got Juszczyk fullback.
Also, one of the least valued positions now across the league, running back with McCaffrey.
Yeah. Well, I would say squash that. Not with the resurgence of the run game with the championship Phillies. I know.
Yeah, but the contract values.
I know our producer would like that shout out.
They're still not getting. I always forget LG's a.
Oh, he's a flying eagle.
Still not money wise. I mean, what was Derrick Henry signed the 2-year
30
million, 15 mil a year deal, something like that on the extension. Yeah. So they're still not getting contract values. But again, Jerry's gonna, unless Jerry comes out with an in-depth 9/11 conspiracy, we're probably not going to talk Jerry a whole lot the rest of training camp. It's
we'll talk Micah talking about Jerry.
We'll talk Micah talking about Jerry if he responds. If Micah goes on the podcast with The Undertaker again to talk about his contract negotiations. We're in the silliest timeline.
The 2 people that have to deal with like probably the worst people to deal with contracts, like Vince McMahon and Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So hopefully Michael Parson gets his money sooner rather than later, because it looks like Trey Hendrickson might get his money now before Micah.
He is Michael until the end of the year.
Yeah, he's Michael Parson until they win a Super Bowl. As far as the rest of the weekend recap, we got some weekend sports we'll get into. But before that, first of all, my sleep schedule is still jacked up. Anytime like the Open Championship or the Australian Open in tennis, I usually stretch my sleeping window
you
later.
Try to wake up early and then you're taking a nap.
I never do that.
2:00.
I never do the wake up early.
Oh, I do it.
I've been up past 4 a.m. every night since Thursday. So, I mean, Thursday, I would only make it till about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then
4 is about the time when I'm like 3:30, 3
it's
to
about
4.
when it crashed. Yeah, that's not a hard stretch for me. Usually about 3 o'clock is where I start rounding down, but stretched it out a little bit for the first 2 rounds of the Open. And then
what she said.
the last, hey now, that's Jerry for you. The last 2 rounds stayed up till sunlight. So I feel right now like it's like noon for me right now.
Yeah. You're all like, let's start the day off.
Exactly. Yeah,
Hey,
exactly. So
sun's still shining.
part of that adjusted schedule, in order to stretch, to stay awake, to get to the golf, the roommate and I watched a lot of Netflix. I got caught up on a lot of the Netflix documentaries I've been wanting to get to. Specifically, a couple episodes of Trainwreck that I haven't laughed as hard as I have at a documentary in a long time. And it wasn't the poop cruise one. It was the one we'll talk about next. Yeah, it's the Netflix documentary series.
Okay.
It's like Trainwreck is, I think, the main. They did Woodstock '99.
Oh yeah, I love that
one.
Yeah, they do the ones where like it's a train wreck. Yeah, hence the name.
Hey, look at that! Look at that! So the first one that we watched was one that apparently hits closer to home than I realized. We watched the Poop Cruise episode.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't remember what that was, it was a Carnival cruise line left out of Galveston, went to Cozumel, and was supposed to be back. It was a 3.5, 4-day cruise, right? So the first 2 days are great. They do the afternoon, day in Cozumel, get back on the boat, and they get
just dead at the sea.
About a third of the way back to Galveston, and there's a massive fire on the ship. They lose all power, And as we're watching this this past weekend, it starts to dawn on me. I start to realize that was the exact same ship, the exact same cruise itinerary, everything that the roommate and I did with my family. Speaking of my mom, it was when she retired from teaching.
Oh,
she
okay.
was a 30-something year public school teacher.
Yeah.
When she retired, several of her friends that were also retiring all wanted to do a cruise together. And everyone brought their families. Well, it was the first and only cruise I'll ever go on. I got literally, so I've always been hesitant of cruises to begin with, never thinking that I would be walking through, sewage water. But when we went on the cruise, this same exact cruise, we left for dinner one night. We come back into my room, and you have the safes in your room where you can put your valuables, right? And again, you may be on a boat with 90% American citizens. The people that are running that floating city-state,
Oh, yeah.
not Americans.
Yeah.
They don't give a damn about you.
Internationals.
1,000%. So
I snuck into the space where they get to party. The one cruise I went on.
Oh, with the employees?
The employees bar. Because it was open up late because they took care of everything, so it was open up later than our bar. And I got to go back there, and I walked in. Oh, they kicked me out real
fast.
Yeah, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "What's up?"
The majority of the people that we interacted with regularly, employee wise, super nice. That wasn't the problem. We went to dinner one night, come back to our room. I noticed my Nintendo Switch is gone from the safe. Some of Steph's jewelry is gone from the safe.
Oh, yeah.
And I immediately start raising flags, man, to the point of talk to the, your whatever that was the
co-captain.
Yeah, or each little floor has basically a police station, you can report to. And so I immediately go to that guy and give him the push 0, give me a human to talk to. I need to talk to your manager. You're not going to be able to solve this. I pushed so damn hard, and they kept telling me, well, maybe you misplaced it. And I'm like, dude, you're not going to, someone has stolen from me.
That's international
You're
water,
not going to
sir.
gaslight. Exactly. And I was like, I know what y'all are doing. It's it's extremely obvious. There's no gray area here.
Yeah, the only law is the law
I was
of the
literally
boat.
playing it on my bed before dinner. I put it in the safe, come back from dinner.
Yeah, that safe is never, dude. You don't put stuff in the safe. Just let
Fair,
you know. Yeah.
fair. I mean, as counterintuitive as that sounds, I
Monday
get it.
morning quarterback.
Understand.
What a horrible idea.
So end up talking to this guy, and he's leading me nowhere. He's like, well, maybe it'll show up. We have a couple more days. I was like, nope, not good enough. Not good enough. Let me talk to head of security.
Yeah.
So I end up talking to head of security, give him the same story. And finally, I told that guy, I was like, I'm not physically moving. And granted, I mean, it's some little tiny guy. And I was like,
Little
I'm
Dominican.
not physically. I think he was of some Asian descent, like Fiji or something. I told him, I'm like, I'm not leaving your office until I can talk to the captain of this ship. We're at that level of angry, entitled, white American male of
My video games. You took my Switch.
So I led
White people.
I led more with the
Jewelry.
roommate's jewelry, but the driving force of my rage was the fact that I'm on this cruise ship for another 12 to 16 hours traveling back, and I need my Switch. And I need it now. And so I'm asking the guy, I was like, well, do you have surveillance video? Every hall has surveillance. They're like, well, it doesn't look like that's available. I was like, oh, how convenient. I was like, so every room has to have some information where you can tell when someone punches in a code or when someone uses a key. Let me see the printout of that. And you're like, oh, we can't show you that. That's confidential. I was like, oh, interesting. So the exact
Confidential to the person who is renting the
the
room?
evidence that would prove what time my stuff got stolen, you can't show me. And so when he said that, that was the point where I was like, no, we're talking to the captain right now. Like, lead me down there right now. So, dude, and I'm like shaking. And then it starts to kind of dawn on me, like,
they could just throw you off the ship.
1,000%, dude.
Yeah.
1,000. And Steph is
just make you disappear.
And this is at this point, Steph's like, dude, it's okay. We can just replace everything. It's fine. It's really fine. Like, let's not. And at that point, I turn to her and I go, my grandpa's name's
like,
Jerry
stay
Ice.
Here.
I turn to her and I go, I will not let these people disrespect us like this. And then I turn around. As soon as I turned around to start to walk into that captain's office, I'm like shaking because I'm like, dude, this might be it. Like, this might go bad. And so I get in there and the guy's like, oh, hey, like, how's your trip? How are you enjoying everything? And I'm like, no, dude. Like, why, like, don't just drop all of this PR guest services vibe.
Yeah.
I know y'all stole from me. I just want it back. Like, just give it back to me. He's like, oh, well, maybe it'll show up. And I'm like, but I'm not going to just settle for maybe it'll show up. I need some kind of more assurances, right?
Yeah.
And so he just kept repeating. And then the very last time he goes, maybe it'll show up. And gave me the wink. I was like, I asked him, I was like, is my stuff being put back in my room right now? And he goes, I don't know. Maybe it'll. I was like, at that point, I was like, you know what? F you. You're cool. I'm out. I went back to the room. Everything was back in the safe.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Absolute.
Man, because all of them, like, they went down there to all the maids, all the room service dudes, and they were like, all y'all about to get canned because, like, that is a coveted job.
Dude, I was lying. I was like, my uncle is the DA in Bexar County. My grandpa is the judge in Amarillo, a federal judge.
Do you know who my grandpa is?
Dude, I was just grabbing anything I could find that I thought might, because I realized I had no leverage in the situation. I had to do something that would potentially do anything to scare them to make it right.
I would say that experience does not top the poop cruise experience.
No, I would still rather take that than walking through sewage water of the poop cruise, which it turns out.
I had a group of friends going out on a bachelor party, and they were on said cruise.
What terrible, terrible luck.
Every once in a while, like, one of the friends' girlfriends would get a call because they'd all have to share a satellite phone. You're talking thousands and thousands of people trying to call their loved ones, talking about satellite phones. So the lower tier cabins are below water. So that's where the water came up and rose above. And that's when you're wading through water, Titanic style. And it's just all sewage, poops, and, feces, doo-doo water. And then
there's no good way to put that.
Then they started at the net.
There was doo-doo feces thrown all over the walls.
So then they did. They like those people started. They started making camps and, like, basically look like a favela on top of the boat.
Yeah, no, it's exactly what it looked like. It looked like Brazilian.
Oh, I saw all the pictures. But he came back and showed me all the pics, and he showed me the one where the next tier level of rooms that were not underwater of doo-doo feces. That was the restrooms. So you'd have to go in there, go do your business, and you just shat on the floor. And it would just be like little sections of, like, imagine like 18 dogs doing their business, just picking out their thing. And then it got so bad. Because
that wasn't bad enough.
Because they ran out of room up top. And then the people in the more luxury style hotel, like the rooms, didn't want to give up their rooms, And it was like almost a revolt on there.
Yeah, it seemed like it started to slip into, like, Lord of the Flies.
So they got them, get this, they got the Richies to go and shovel the crap out of those rooms and just pack it into, like, one room. God. So therefore they can go keep on using the restroom over there. There was bargaining. There was...
Oh, they were giving people red bags to use.
Yeah, there was...
They literally directed people to, if you had to go number one, do it in the shower.
Yeah.
Because apparently the toilets require electricity to flush on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
But they were suggesting just if you got number one, do it in a shower.
Just do it off the
number
side
two,
of the thing. Yeah.
So at first they had the head of guest services and the second in command from the captain that were both on the documentary, and they were talking. That was one of the ideas they suggested, or not suggested, but had talked about. But it only would have worked for the males, and so they were like, we can't have a woman doing it because she might fall overboard.
Which, ladies, there is a contraption where it's like a little funnel you put on your hoo-ha, and it makes you pee standing up.
But why in the hell would they have?
I'm just saying,
500 of those on a cruise ship.
I mean,
maybe they should
washable.
now. Yeah, maybe
they're
they
washable.
should now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a different little red bag.
That'd be a great sales pitch to the cruise lines. If you ever get stranded in a seat, now the ladies can pee standing up.
It wouldn't surprise me if they have added some additional backup options that.
I did threaten all my girlfriends and stuff like that, at Christmas, because I never give gifts. I was like, I'll give you a gift. All y'all getting the stand-up vaginal pier thing.
It's got to have a better name.
Lawrence, if you can find the name of this, there is a name to it, and it's hilarious. It's dang. It was at Lawrence, LG would know this, Homie Holiday. I told all the girls at Homie Holiday, I was like, I'm getting you the Vaginator or something like that.
Now that's a marketable name.
Exactly.
No, they did have. So at one point, they decided to open all the bars and just give away free alcohol. This was because originally supposed to be a 4-day cruise. Then they think they're going to get towed back to Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
But when they lost electricity, they actually drifted further into the coast. Then at that time, the Gulf of Mexico. And so then when the tugboat does come, they're too far away from Mexico. They're too far away from Galveston. So they're going to get towed all the way to Gulf Shores, Alabama, right? And so at this point, now they're realizing
they're running out of food.
We've got 3 more days on here, too. And they were out of food. They were serving chopped onion and tomato sandwiches on soggy bread. It was terrible.
He showed me the food, the rations.
Yeah, the line is 2 hours to wait for one of those terrible sandwiches. And then when they started getting towed is when the water started actually just flowing. The sewage water started flowing because the boat shifted. So when the boat shifted, it all just started. Some of the footage was.
So tell me you found it, LG.
There's a whole bunch of different brands, but the names are hilarious on them. They're called STP devices or stand to pee devices.
Oh, good old
and there's a
Stone Temple.
Yeah, there's a brand called the PZ.
Okay.
PZ.
Yeah,
like
PEZ. The PZ.
Yeah, it's easy to pee.
Wizinator.
That's the one that the dude got caught with.
That's right. Yeah,
that's how you pass the drug test.
Minnesota Vikings running
There's
back.
the Tinkle Bell.
The Tinkle Bell.
Yeah, the Tinkle Bell.
Okay.
There's the travel version called the Trip Tips.
It folds in. It's like
yes, it collapses.
It collapses.
So it doesn't
like
take
the
up
portable dog water bowl.
It's called Trip Tips.
Yeah, so it doesn't take up a lot of room in your suitcase.
And then there's the Go Girl.
The Go Girl.
The Go Girl. The Pea Buddy.
The P.
Yep.
I think
and the
I
P
said
style, and those are the main ones.
I think it was P Buddy. I was like, I'm buying you all P Buddies.
P styles. Oh my God. Okay. Well,
thank you, sir.
I was unaware of the existence.
Hey.
That's going to be a good gag gift for somebody here.
They're all getting it.
Whoever.
You're gonna thank me when you use it.
Yeah, I could see how there would be times where it might not be a bad idea to have one of those, but I never would have assumed they existed, especially with such catchy names. No, so we watched the Poop Cruise documentary. We also watched that documentary. Y'all familiar with the Amy Bradley story? She disappeared in Curacao in '99, but there's all of the. It's gotten real popular on TikTok. First of all, I'm tired of true crime just being labeled the genre of white suburban women or just suburban.
Well, that's the only one getting attention.
But dude, I grew up on Unsolved Mysteries, Dateline with the crazy. most people would call the cops
out?
after you found your husband dead in the living room. But you didn't do that, did you? All of those
But go
guys.
back there and see how many of those crimes were white people.
It's because we all know the demographics of this country. It's easier to show.
Jermaine in the ghetto.
Yeah, because I watched the good one. I watched one about the guy from Maryland, like outside of D.C., who was robbing all those rich people's houses.
Yeah.
It was him and his buddy. He was like a Ivy League grad and never would have suspected.
Menendez style.
Come from money, need more money to keep up the lifestyle. But no,
because of the cocaine.
Other episode of Trainwreck that I watched was the one about the former Toronto mayor, Rob Ford. And we have
that crackhead.
We have documented that addict, sir.
I smoke crack.
The addict who unfortunately had passed away from cancer before
Crack causes cancer?
No, I think it was just a bad dice from the creator. The Rob Ford, y'all know I'm obsessed with politics. Like when Rob Ford showed up on the scene back in the mid-aughts, I could not get enough of it. Yeah. I mean, it was every day. There was something else, either a video of him smoking crack that was coming out or something he was saying.
Yeah, he wouldn't stay off the mic, man.
He could not. And it was the beginning of what politics would become. It was the first
a sideshow.
It was not only the sideshow, but the denial of facts. Oh, you saw the video? That's not me. It's like, dude, you're like, look at you.
They superimpose me, man.
Like you never know what they could do with Chat GP Tizzle or whatever you call it.
I don't even know Epstein.
But out of all of the clips, there was one that I had absolutely forgotten about. And if there is a funnier thing a politician ever in my lifetime has said, send it to me and we can debate it, because I think this might be the funniest, a lot of people are saying the funniest clip. Like this beats any Bushism that W ever said. Like fool me once, shame on it. Can't be fooled again. Like
it can't be.
This beats all of them. All right. And I'd completely forgotten about it. This is at a random just poll reporter.
Yeah.
Like he's answering for something that was in the Toronto Star newspaper that morning. Yeah. And this was how he responded that afternoon on live TV.
They're calling a friend of mine a prostitute. Alana is not a prostitute. She's a friend, and it makes me sick how people are saying this. So unfortunately, I have no other choice. I'm the last one to take legal action. I can't put up with it anymore. So I've named the names. Litigation will be starting shortly. I've had enough. That's why I warned you guys yesterday. Be careful what you wrote. Okay, so that's all I have to say for now. And the next thing I want to call Mayor Britannia in Hamilton and tell them that we're going to have to spank their little tiger cats. Oh, and the last thing was Olivia Gondak. It says that I wanted to eat her pussy. Olivia Gondak. I've never said that in my life to her. I would never do that. I'm happily married. I've got more than enough to eat at home.
What about drinking and driving, Mayor? What about drinking and driving?
The more than enough to eat at home. I had completely forgotten. And the way he just nonchalantly is like, Toronto Argonauts, we got a big game against the Tiger Cats this week. I just want to call the mayor and
spank them.
Tell him that we're going to spank. Oh, yeah, and one more thing. They said I wanted to eat out my assistant. No, I'm happily married. I got enough to eat at home. Like,
don't you know?
On live TV, just right in the middle of a reporter pool. And you hear, as he says that, you can hear the clicks of cameras. And as soon as he says it, just click, 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 click.
Oh,
that would be a good draw.
At least he takes care of the kitty. At least he does that.
I don't think he did, because he was absolutely cheating on the happily married wife that he said. The only other thing I had, the greatest things the roommate and I do, anytime we know we're going to go down like a documentary or a wormhole like this, also started the American Manhunt Osama bin Laden 3-part series. Only watched the first one, so we'll report back on that. But anytime we're going to watch a lot of hours, unfortunate, of TV at home, We always just go to a movie theater and get a large order of popcorn to eat at the house.
Just take.
Of course.
Make your own.
Fat. It's not movie theater. Yeah, it is fat. It's not movie theater popcorn. We all know the popcorn you can make at home does not compare to what you can get at a theater.
They put more salt on it.
They put more salt. They load it with liquid butter, liquid gold. And I tell the kid, like, hey, I'm taking this home. Load it up. Like, I need it good, you know?
You know, when they started letting you put your own butter on it?
Oh, that's dangerous. I can't handle that responsibility.
The wife couldn't handle it. Like, she got revoked one time because we brought the kid out and we watched, I think it was Spider-Man 2. And the one, not the, well, I guess it wasn't maybe the Tom Holland one. Maybe it was. Anyway, we were watching that and she put so much butter. Every handful was just greasy and everything. Then we get ices. I love ices. So, like, everybody gets, sugar and ice, man. Come on.
Yeah, ices are the best.
Yes. And so the kid, I didn't realize, ate half that tub of popcorn. I didn't eat any of it because I was like, no, that's too much butter. And I just saw him just like, he was sitting next to me. And he was probably 9 or 10 at the time. I just saw him just like starting to look bad.
The sickness.
And then I just see him eat more pop. I'm like, maybe you should stop eating that. As soon as we get out of the movie theater, he is green, you know, and I'm like, do not puke in my car, bro. Just tell me, I will pull over anywhere and you just stick your head out. And of course, before we even left Santico's at Palladium, we'd stopped right at the.
Yeah, he's not making it out of the parking lot.
He stuck his thing, and he still had his seatbelt on. He was like, "Can't," and I went over and I pushed him further out of the car, and I drove a lifted truck Avalanche at the time, and I was like, "Get your head further out that car, man."
Yeah, so you're not far enough. You're still hitting.
It's
like the dude's peeing off the side of the poop cruise.
Yeah.
Like you got to have some further reach there.
I don't think he's ever drinking icy anymore, and he definitely whenever we don't let the wife put butter on their popcorn.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that it ruined ices for him forever.
Yeah.
This time when we went to the theater, normal theater we go to every time to get the popcorn, there was a kid that was checking tickets at the door.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, he stopped us when we walked in, and he's like, oh, hey, how are y'all doing tonight? I was like, good. And I just walked right past him, right?
Oh,
so immediately I could tell, like, I turn around, and he's just burning a hole through us, right? Because he's trying to do his job, keep people from going to see free movies. I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. So we walk up, we get our popcorn at the concession stand, and we start to walk back out. And as we're walking out, he goes, hey, can I see y'all's tickets? I was like, no, we're good. He was like, no, I need to see your tickets. I was like, we're not seeing a movie. The face, like his face went from, I need to see your tickets to, what?
Yeah.
Like
you're
what?
buying overpaid popcorn.
It's so worth it.
You are buying.
It's like $12.
12.
It's nothing.
You can get like a box of like 24 for $12,
Yeah,
and it'll be buttery and it'll be delicious.
Not the same. And also, I had leftovers. I ate it for 2 days.
Oh my god!
With all of that butter on it. Yeah, no, it was. I had butter gut for most of the weekend.
That kind of like how
there was a time where I was about close to your son, where it was like I can't do it anymore, but I can't stop. It's a weird.
DoorDash got me yesterday, like a couple of days ago, man. Like I got something delivered from the little 7-Eleven. I get those little 5-piece chicken things, little chicken.
From 7-Eleven?
Oh, yeah, man, they're good.
Why would you not just order like a 5-piece chicken from Popeyes or something?
Because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Man.
Oh,
That's the only place I can get some
fair.
semi-decent healthy food that's not.
Taco Bell has chicken nuggets now?
Taco Bell was closed. I don't want Taco Bell.
Okay.
But I get my little sweet tooth. I was like, yeah, give me that little pack of jelly beans right there. I haven't had jelly beans in probably 20 years.
Yeah. For a reason.
And here you go. He sandbagged me because what did he get me? The sugar-free jelly beans. And I ate them.
What is that?
I ate them last night. Have you ever eaten sugar-free gummy bears?
No, absolutely not. No.
It makes you shit.
Okay, yeah.
It makes you diarrhea.
Because there's something else in there to...
It's all chemicals.
Yeah.
It cleans you out, man.
Chemicals and horse hooves.
It cleans you out. And I literally pop up out of bed about 9 o'clock this morning, racing to the bathroom, dude. Barely making it. Just
Lord.
it's just like a water faucet.
This is the feces episode, apparently. Good.
It was a water faucet, and I about 5 more times of that, man.
Okay.
I am clean.
Well, at
These
least
pipes are clean.
Good God.
And that's a great segue to the Yankee Minute.
Put him on the clock, LG.
We have come back and won our first series. We lost today against the hated Toronto Blue Jays.
Hey, Rob Ford's own.
Oh, man.
Pour one out.
They just, our error from third baseman. We need to get Suarez from
Eugenio from
Arizona. We get that. We are cake, baby. We are cake. But we need our starting pitchers. We could take a reliever from Atlanta. Like, I saw this guy who threw 90% curveballs. That guy's a beast, and we would love to have him in our pen. So Judge hit another home run. How is Riley doing? No home runs? Yeah, this is still my minute.
350.
This is still my minute. All right. Stan is striping the ball. He hit a home run today, our only run, unfortunately. But the Yankees are moving, and I'd say we will take this series. The next 2 games are ours, and we're going to have our young rookie, which I can see him becoming an ace, Schlittler. Those 101. I love the boat cruise on that.
Yeah, that was
Poop it down the river.
That was pretty appropriate. The speaking of that Judge home run, I saw that tied him with A-Rod. 351 now for the Yankees, tied for 6th most now in franchise history.
Still got to get past Mickey, Lou, Babe. Who else we got?
That's what I was going to ask you. So Babe obviously is first.
Yeah.
659.
Maris.
Mantle, you said.
Yeah.
Mantle second, 536.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say? You said Lou.
Yep.
There, Lou Gehrig, 493. So there's your top 3.
Yeah.
The next one kind of surprises me because obviously I know he was great, but I don't think of him as much for the home run hitting.
You got Gary. Did I say Maris?
Maris is not. He wasn't there long enough.
Oh, he wasn't.
He
there.
had the. He was
wasn't
burn out, not fade away.
Run.
Right. It's surprising.
Yogi?
So okay, Yogi 5th. Yogi had 358. This guy had 361. 3 more than Yogi.
Bernie.
No. He has possibly the most unbreakable record in baseball history.
Oh, you're talking about
Jolton Joe.
361.
361. Joe DiMaggio had 361 home runs.
How did I forget Joe?
Well, because again, I think of him more as slap hitting, average, doubles, lead the league in doubles kind of hitter.
But with the short portion, he was a lefty, wasn't he?
Yep, 361 home runs. So now Judge only 10 behind DiMaggio, only 7 behind Yogi. So you would assume Judge moves into 4th place by the end of the season.
Oh, yeah.
Which, again, to hear Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Lou Gehrig, Aaron Judge, and then Joe DiMaggio, just one of those guys. Like, the fact that Judge is entering that conversation.
Going to, the only one that I like, he's probably, I don't, he'd have to hit 50, 60.
He's not passing Ruth, but I bet he passes. I bet he gets closer to Mantle.
So he's 31 years old right now.
I think he's 32 now, right? Didn't he?
Did he have birth? Okay, 32. So 8 years, 50 on 8. So
no, he's 30. He had just turned 33. He was 32.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 50 on 8.
And that's massive
400.
body.
That's 400 home runs. If he just averages 400 home runs, that's 750.
Yeah, but he's not averaging 50 for the next 8 years. That would be his age 39, 40, and 41 season.
No. For the next 8 years, that would be his 41. Oh yeah.
I don't think that's happening. Yeah. That's why I say that 536 number with Mantle.
When did Bonds retire? 40.
At age?
Yeah, I think it had to be like 40 or 41.
Yeah,
because
but
they
Bonds was also significantly more enhanced than
definitely
than Judge.
But his eye, he had the best eye in baseball.
For sure. Yeah, Bonds' last appearance was 07. So he would have been, he was 41, 42.
And it was hard because they didn't have the DH, NL. So
right.
He had to play the field.
He was playing, or
they had to bring him in for a pinch hit.
It is kind of surprising I guess, once you settle into, it's kind of surprising to me though that Bonds was only a 2 franchise guy and didn't ever make it, and both of them were NL franchises, never made the switch to late career DH in the AL because granted all of the heat that surrounded him at that point of his career, he was all about getting that record and then getting out of there. Despite the record not really meaning anything anymore.
So how's the Rangers? I saw the 2-1 loss. Poor buddy.
I'm glad you asked. So they took 2 out of 3 from Detroit, which is a huge. That's great. Detroit's 20 games over 500.
First team to hit 60.
Yeah. The last night was the only game they lost. It was also a ESPN Sunday night game, and Carl Ravitch and
he might win the Triple Crown again. He won the Triple Crown last year,
right? Yeah, Scooble's amazing. But the ESPN broadcast should have just brought in the Houston Tigers home TV broadcast because that was a Tigers broadcast. Anytime the Rangers are on national TV, they talk about the Rangers as if they don't have 50 years worth of history in DFW, much less the history they have as the Washington Senators, where the winningest pitcher in baseball spent his whole career, Walter Johnson. They talk about the Rangers as if they're the Florida Marlins or the Arizona Diamondbacks.
They're 500. They're 500 right now.
No, but I'm saying that in terms of they're also a team, they won the World Series 2 years ago. It's not like they're a dreg franchise. It's were
not like we're putting up the Chicago White Sox.
Majority of the time, as the Texas Rangers, they have been god awful. But
have you seen the division of the Detroit? They're feasting like the Astros used to.
Yeah, I think the closest one to them is like 10.5, 11 games back.
They don't even have another team.
Minnesota
or
Cleveland. Actually, I think Cleveland's closer.
They're all in the 40s.
Yeah.
So
and they're none of.
Whenever I see
there's not a second team from that division that's going to be a wild card. It doesn't look like. Yeah, Guardians game under 500, or the Guardians, or the Spiders, or the Indians, or the Blues, depending. We'll see what their name is in a couple of years. But Rangers, we'll see. They're playing the god awful Athletics, the not Oakland Athletics, for a 3-game series starting tonight. I think they're ahead. So. The Rangers have also been the hottest baseball in the month of July. They're number 1 in average and runs scored. So maybe there are some
Okay.
Maybe there are some signs of a turnaround actually.
Runs scored
in July. Yeah.
Man, I might have to be like you. I'm gonna check those stats.
Yeah, do it because I just saw it at the beginning of this Tigers series.
Well, let's before we get to the main segment, I guess let's.
We got more weekend sports. What do you got?
We got the Open, the last major of the season before the FedEx Cup. It was a great tournament, man. Started out there was it dude. It was. I mean, the last
or
day,
was it just Scotty?
No, the last day was the worst day because Scotty just coasted. When Scotty came,
he was never pressed.
He had a 4-shot lead. The only time he was pressed is he bogeyed the 7th. He had to save par on long putts. This dude could not miss from under 20 feet. It was Tiger-esque. You know what I'm saying?
There's been a lot of Tiger comparisons being made.
With the statistics and all the analytics. If you take the last 3, the best Tiger 3 years, and that was 01 through 03, and you compare him to Scotty's his past 3 years, they pretty much are they're both number 1 in iron play, number 1 in putting, number 1 in driver. So there are comparisons, but the longevity is always key. You got to think that's his 4th major. Brooks Koepka's got 5. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Spieth has 3. Got him, and he's been on such a drought for the past decade. And he's just a little bit older than Scotty. Scotty, he is 29 years old, about to turn 30.
Yep.
But we did have some, the first day, the weather was definitely a problem. Raining. We had some raining, shine, just like links play. The only time trouble that Scotty had was on the 8th when he went into a pothole bunker and he thought he could wedge it out he was about 150 out, and he thought he could wedge it out, and he clipped it on the top, and you could hear him tell his caddy, he's like, "Yep, I'm just mailing it in," and that's what he did. He just shot for par for the rest of the.
Yeah, he didn't have to.
He got birdie the very next hole because he with another long putt.
Yeah,
but in the beginning, we had DeChambeau shoot a 78, 7 over. And then he went to shoot a 64.
Yep.
A 7?
I think, yeah.
And then another 64.
Then another 62.
If this dude would have shot even on the first day,
we might have actually gotten a shootout between him and Scotty.
It would have been like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
he was hot.
DeChambeau's last 3 rounds.
Xander Schauffele was the same person. Man, shot a high score the first round. Then just came back and shot like a second, third, fourth day. But Scotty was so far ahead at that
That's
time.
what makes Scotty so amazing. You remember when Scotty won, it wasn't the, I guess it was it might have been the Masters. We had talked about after Scotty won one of his majors earlier this year.
The only one he hasn't won is the Open.
It's the US Open now, yeah. Yep. I guess it was the PGA Championship then when Scotty, when he got pressed on the back 9 and then ended up pulling away. We talked about his Vegas number for expected major wins is 9.5. So if you're betting over or under, is he going to win
That's tough,
9
man.
or less, or is he going to win 10 or more? And you remember back then, we talked about the idea of confidently saying any golfer ever is going to win 10 majors, double-digit majors. That's insane.
Only three players have done it.
Exactly. It's
You know what I'm
insane to
saying?
suggest that someone's going to do
What was
it.
it? Tiger, Nicholas, and Hogan.
Yeah.
That's
Is it?
it.
Yeah. And then right behind it's crazy to think.
Palmer got 9, I believe, 8 or 9.
Yeah, I think he was actually even lower. I think he was down at like 7, wasn't it? Because we did this same conversation. Jack 18, Tiger 15. It's not Hogan. It's Walter Hagen because we did this last time at 11, and then Hogan, Gary Player 9, Tom Watson 8, and then Palmer 7.
7. Okay.
Right. So
players got the 9.
You referenced the comparison to Scotty and Tiger over this same 3-year run. And it's what it is it's the age from age 26 to 29. Over those age 26 to 29 years, Scotty has 20 wins, Tiger had 18. Scotty has 4 majors, Tiger had 4. Scotty also won the Players twice, Tiger didn't win it at all. And so you just look at those numbers on the surface and you think, wow, Scotty's doing exactly what Tiger did at this point of his career.
But how old was Tiger?
No, that was Tiger's age 26 to 29 year.
Same
as Scotty.
Oh, you're doing the same age. I was about to say that's a little.
And then when you go back, and you go back and look at what Tiger accomplished before the age of 26, 27 wins, 7 majors, and a Players.
Yeah. So his run, he won.
Tiger had 11 majors by this point in his career, where Scotty still has 4.
Exactly, and it was that run. I think he ran on because it was like a 3-year span. He won 6 or 7 majors during that span. It was only 2 or 3 other people, or 3 other people have won the Open. The U.S. Open and the Open, the British Open, as we say.
the Open Championship.
Yeah, the Open Championship in 1 year, and that's Tiger and Scotty, and I think it was Hagen, or maybe that's Hogan. Maybe that's why.
Why you're thinking of it. Yeah,
I don't know. You gotta check me on that one.
The comparisons with Scotty, you can go again.
But we saw this with Koepka. He was red hot, and then now he can't get his crap together.
I think Koepka is the closest we've seen because Koepka also had top 3 finishes when he didn't win, and that's where Scotty's
and he pulled off 5 majors,
right?
And that he won 2 majors, 3 majors in 1 year.
But as you were watching Koepka on that run, I think still watching Scotty now versus watching Koepka then, Scotty's just style of play seems like it's going to age better than what Koepka looked like then. I mean, Koepka was big athlete, SEC.
Yeah, he drove the ball, and if he stayed,
he looked like David Pollock, the former Georgia
If
player.
he stayed in the fairway, he was gonna shoot good. But what Scotty is just like Tiger. He's the best scrambler in the game. If he's got a tough shot out the thick rough, or you got to be creative on a shot, he's nailing it.
He's the second best scrambler behind Spieth. Spieth is the king of the switchback. Like, I'm going to the rough, I'm going to the bunker, I'm going to the green, and I'm saving par.
No,
like,
scrambler means you get out of it and you get you.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, Spieth's the best at just keeping it in the rough.
And still saving par, scrambling to save par. No, the storyline obviously is Scotty. But
and then you had what? Jackass himself, Sergio Garcia on the last
broke
round.
his driver on 2.
On hole 2. What an idiot.
But he ended up going on to shoot.
And he shot good.
Because he didn't.
Was it like a 68?
It was a blessing in disguise.
It was like a 68 or 66.
The drive is over in the rough. No, the story to me was, if you had a VPN, I hope you tapped into the Sky Sports broadcast, because NBC was terrible. It's like,
we need the British, we need the Scottish and the British people.
It was so much
announcers,
better. It was so much better.
Announcers are doing it.
Way less commercials. And as much as I rag on Jim Nantz, somehow NBC finds a way to be even worse. And this first clip, LG, we'll play the reporter bombing first. The first one, I don't think it was Smiley Kaufman's fault, because he went on to talk about on Instagram how, he was on the course, he heard a loud pop in his ears, which to him meant he lost connection, he got disconnected. Yeah. But turns out he wasn't disconnected, and this is what went out over the airwaves of NBC.
Get him a little closer to the top.
Well, Dan, I can understand why this is one of the more difficult holes today. This whole location.
Let's see Big John on. Oh,
get him a little closer to the top.
One more time.
I can understand why this is one of the more difficult holes today. This whole location. What the fuck?
There's
That's what I'm always scared to do. Like,
1,000%.
Radio.
I mean, well, hell,
as I have that call button where I'm just like, son of a.
As I get ready to walk back into the iHeart mothership on Wednesday,
that was too close there. It was too close to him actually being live and saying something to going into a cuss word. He should have known better.
He should have known better.
You don't do that. Even if you hear something like that.
You don't cuss when you got the mic in front of you.
That's just unprofessional.
You always act like it's hot.
1,000%. And to his credit, he went on to basically say that on a Instagram apology. Hey, I'm sorry, it happened. This is why. My bad. I shouldn't have done that. But of course, we also had to have Mike Tirico with earlier in our broadcast, there was some colorful, unfortunate language that
sorry
made
to the
it.
Children.
We were having connectivity issues with our on-course reporters, and if that hurt you or offended you in any way, we deeply, sincerely,
please
from
call our
NBC,
toll-free hotline.
From all of us at the Peacock Nation,
if you feel
we
triggered,
sincerely
call
apologize.
someone and they'll talk you through
somehow
hearing the F word.
Somehow Tirico is even worse than Nance, but that somehow was not the best audio clip of the weekend, because one thing I learned as a kid watching a lot of British comedies with my dad.
Monty Python, my favorite.
The English do fart humor better than anybody.
Oh, yes.
And they know just how to toe that line of silliness while still trying. Like, we got a great fart drop from the broadcast this weekend, and I won't even try to set it up because it's beautiful in its entirety. Just listen closely.
This is a great view of it here because so far above the green, downwind you can get onto this green, but Scheffler.
Love the voice.
Just wait. Listen to how the announcers handle it.
What are you laughing about? There's so much to say about that shot. The sound off the club face. Oh, it's extraordinary.
Let's stick to the golf. Just a little bit of wind from behind. Just helps to ease down the green.
Ease down the green.
Just a little wind.
An echo as well. What a shot from Scheffler. And off the back of his tee shot in the 16th, that one there, this is a great view of it
it's
here.
just so great. It's just subtle enough referencing it without being like, hey, did y'all hear that fart? That was funny, wasn't it?
Like, oh, that man passed some gas.
Yeah.
Man.
Just a little bit of additional wind down the...
Might want to check his knickers, you know?
Yeah, that, as soon as I think I heard that probably at 5:30 in the morning or whenever it was, and just immediately shot up like, oh, God, I'm going to need that.
Got an extra 30 minutes of, like, pepping you.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, besides Scotty's dominance and the fart on the broadcast, it was a pretty unentertaining open.
Well, Scotty didn't
just
have
because there wasn't a lot of
he didn't have a good first round. He was down by 5, but on that second day when he marched up and went up by 1 or 2.
Yeah, second day was awesome.
Then the third when he was just killing it, and then he was up by 4.
Yeah, second day he climbs all the way down to 10 under, takes the lead.
Yeah,
shooting, what was it, 7 under that day, something like that.
Yeah, that's when he shot. He shot a 64
and
missed. He has not shot a 63 in a major, so he has not joined the club yet of the 63 club, but he missed it by just by a hair on the 18th.
You know, that's last thought on it before we talk boxing and UFC. The fact that the course record there, the exact course that they played, different pin locations, but same course.
Yeah.
The fact that the course record still to this day is a 61 that Rory shot when he was 16 years old.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's just
the weather had to be immaculate that day,
and he just knew the course so well. It's his home course. He had played it. You know, it's how many times had he played it before setting that? Like all of the things. But
I didn't know he was that young.
Yeah, he was 16 years old, still an amateur.
I thought he was like 19 or 20.
Still an amateur when he set that record. But yeah, I mentioned. We got to talk some boxing. We're not saving much time for the main segment because it's the NFC South, folks.
Yeah.
We don't need a lot of time. Let's talk about some actual local connections we had this weekend. Bam beating the hell out of Kafu, 9th round TKO.
Bam.
Bam's amazing.
Yeah.
Bam is a pound-for-pound top 5, top 10 guy. Like, he's creeping up that list.
Why they had these 2 fights go on at the same time? Like, were they 2 different stuff?
It was actually perfect because the Bam fight was in Frisco at Jerry's practice facility. It was before.
Oh, it was before.
So Mario and Manny were in Vegas, the house that Manny built out there at MGM. So we got Bam clear of Mario's fight. So I watched all of Bam before the Harvard kid that fought on the Mario undercard before his fight even ended. Because when I flipped over there, he was still fighting. So we also got Mexican OT walking Mario out in his full Azteca gear. It's pretty good optics, but all in all, I kind of think Mario was pretty happy just to get the draw and get out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was...
Well, the Heat, man, his jab.
His jab was awesome all night.
If he continued, but during the middle of the round, it was just Manny's footwork. He punches and bunches and punches. Like
the crowd chanting Manny.
Yeah.
Fueling his 46-year-old aging legs.
And you see him all taped up in the knees and stuff like that. But I told someone, I was like, the thing you want to look with Manny is look at his footwork and how he creates
angles.
His angles.
Which is also what Bam is so damn good at his age.
Yeah. But his jab kept his distance, and he's lucky to get that draw, man. And he's San Antonio's own. We need to do a better job as a sports city. You know, too many bars showed, even though the UFC fight, and they're like, oh, we were going to have to pay an extra $3,000 for that. Support local kid.
Yeah, we have 2 world champion boxers fighting on the same night.
Yeah.
At staggered times.
Yeah. I'm like, and I can't stand Dana White, who always puts on an event whenever a boxing event goes on.
Of course.
You know, he's like, oh, I want to see who's got the biggest
It's it's the NFL doing Christmas Day games now, because the NBA was doing
and
it.
he still wants to prove like, oh, the UFC is bigger than boxing. Not when you got the good fighters. People gonna turn to the boxing, and I saw more people. As much
also
as
had Juszczyk and Dubois as well. Another thinking about Dana scheduling on top of 3 big boxing.
And if it wasn't for the era of, I'm sorry for a lot of fans out there, Floyd Mayweather picking and choosing his fights, running from the big fights, unlike the glory days of the 70s and 80s and early 90s, Mayweather is probably the best defensive boxer to ever do it. But
that doesn't feel controversial.
But when you run from the good fights, Manny at his peak, Roy Jones Jr. at his peak, all these ones that he just and he would sit there. I mean, I couldn't stand it. I mean, he was so fast. He could be offensive. He could have been offensive, but he'll take the win. He got in your head early, and then I could predict every one of his fights is. The guy's going to wear out in the 5th, 6th round, and Floyd Mayweather is going to take it over, and he's going to just pepper him with a jab.
Yeah,
there
was a script
to the body,
script to every one of his fights.
Yeah.
I think Greg in the chat here is right. Mario came out showing Pacquiao too much respect. He loses those first 2 rounds clearly, and then it looked like he kind of realized I've got to fight.
I got more power than this guy.
Yeah, this is I've got to stop. Yes, it's Manny Pacquiao, the living legend, but this is a fight I should be winning. I should win.
You gotta get that.
Got to block it out that it's Manny and just treat it like another fight, another match. But Mario wins some of those middle rounds.
Machismo. I was thinking, you gotta have that. You gotta have that machismo. You got that chest puffed out. Be like, I'm the man now. You old man, get out of here. And you got to put it to him early.
Mario, I'm sure, would probably, not happy with the draw, but happy.
Kept his belt.
Kept the belt, exactly. Happy to keep the belt. Tell me, though, before we do get into the main segment, I didn't watch the UFC fight.
So the UFC, man, had every fight ended in a decision. So it was a long card.
No knockouts?
No knockouts, no submissions.
Do we like that as a UFC fan?
It depends on some of the fights, and there were some good fights, and the main card did not disappoint. They were swinging, and they even ran it back at the very end. But here, let me give you some stats on Holloway. This is just the greatness.
Take that for data.
Holloway, man, is total strikes. You got the first one's going to be Holloway, the second one's going to be Poirier. You got 378 to 255. He landed 201 of the 378 versus 109. Significant strikes, 375. That means Holloway's significant strikes, there was only 3 of them that weren't significant. And he landed 198. 3 less than the total he landed. And then versus Poirier 109. To the head, he tried to punch his head out. 253, landed 103. Poirier 94 versus 2. They were both head hunting. Body, this is where Holloway, he knew he had to chop that tree. He had to chop the tree. So 80 to the body, 64 landed. Versus Poirier, only 10 to the body, 9 landed. Legs, he chopped him down 31 of 41 versus 9 of 10. And it was pretty, Poirier won like a round or two, if two, but Holloway definitely peppered them all match. And they did the classic stand in the ring the last 10 seconds, and they
just
swung
wail
at it
on each other.
But then Poirier...
it was a championship?
Yeah,
so
5 rounds.
Okay.
And Poirier did not want... I know he didn't want to go to sleep, so he kind of hugged it out the last 3 seconds.
Save him yeah. So expected winner won?
Yeah.
Okay.
Holloway. Yeah, and that's Poirier's retirement fight per se. We'll see.
If I was I would want to just go up against one more tin can just to demolish, so at least I could end with a...
But it was such he won the BMF, the bad mother, belt.
Fair.
And
fair.
So he wanted to go out with a bang, and he I think he said he wanted to retire after the last skin knocked out, and he was like, hey, what a way to finish. You know, one of the greatest fights there was with one of the greatest Indians. Unfortunately, it wasn't me. It was him. But to run it back.
You said, time out. You said endings. For a second, I thought you said against one of the greatest Indians. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize. It's Navajo. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was so lost for a second because I didn't know if you meant Navajo or like
Azteca
or like actual like Asian Indian.
Always from Hawaii, man.
Punjab or
I mean, what was it? LG's got more ethnicity relationship.
Don't bring LG into this. We're already digging our own hole. Let's get into the main segment before we get too deeper into the program.
Football.
Starting with our first NFC divisional preview tonight. I mentioned we didn't save a lot of time for this one because I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about it. The NFC South was the only division last year that didn't have a top 15 team in points per game allowed.
Yeah.
Every single one of these teams was in the bottom half of points allowed per game by defenses. So I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of massive improvement from any team in this division. It kind of feels like it's going to basically remain chalk. And speaking of the chalk, we'll start with the Vegas predictions. Bucs. Vegas has the Bucs expected over/under wins 9.5.
9.5.
Falcons 7.5. Panthers 6.5. And then the Saints actually opened at 4.5. Somehow they're up to 5.5 now. So people are betting the Saints over so much that Vegas has actually moved it since it opened.
Because they're all just beating up on each other,
right?
And they're gonna lose to everyone else.
I think also this division has the easiest collective schedule of any division. So like every single one of these teams have a top 10 easiest schedule, at least as we sit here today, according to predictions. So as always, we'll go in order of how Vegas views them, which means we'll start with the Bucs. The Bucs were, I think, a really interesting team last year because the more I dug into them and some of the numbers from last year, I didn't realize how one-sided they were. Because in my head, when I still think of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
I
think defense. So specifically, last year was their worst season in points allowed and yards allowed since 2019.
Yeah.
They haven't had
That's why Baker had to throw 40 touchdowns.
Exactly. And 41 touchdowns, 4,500 and something yards.
And barely snuck in. They almost
blew the division to Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly. With Penix coming in the last 3 games.
Exactly. And we'll talk, that's the hinging of what Atlanta's looking forward to. The Buccaneers also, I like saying that. In 6 of their 8 losses last year were one-score games. So not only were they having to put up big offensive numbers, they were also having to outscore teams, which again falls to the Baker crazy stats and some of that overtime game against Atlanta. That was, like 50-something to 40-something or whatever it ended up being.
If Baker stays hot like he is, and with getting Godwin back, because he got injured
after that terrible injury.
Yeah, getting Godwin back.
Godwin was leading the league in receptions and yards at the time of that injury.
He's a beast, man. And then Mike Evans, once again, getting 1,000 yards. The only man to ever do it. What was it? 11 consecutive seasons?
Jerry Rice had 11. And
now he's tied.
Evans broke it last year with his 12th.
Okay, I didn't know if he was tied.
He got it on that last series of the season.
Yeah, on that fake game.
When they kept him in. Yeah. It was very much Strahan sacking Favre.
Yeah, he gave it to him. But, they have Godwin. They have Buck Irving, which was a standout.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised because Rashad White was supposed to be their leading back.
Bucky came in.
Yeah, Bucky took
over.
Yeah, took that job. So, and then they got Kate Otten, which is their tight end. He's no scrub and stuff. So I mean, you got people to throw it to, And with the scrambler that Baker is, it doesn't matter if the pocket breaks down. Baker's going to make something happen. So really you're looking at the defense. And just looking at it, nothing jumps out at me except the, old man Levante David, still a beast. I feel like he's going to be like a who's that man that was in Washington forever? Like, end up probably having like some of the best stats.
Wait, are you talking about old man Darrell Green, the old cornerback that could still run a 4.3 40 at 40 years old?
He was a linebacker, man.
Okay.
I forget what he is, but I remember just playing him like he was just a tackle machine. He'd always be top 5 in tackles, and I'd always pick him in fantasy. That's why I knew him, because I was like, man, that's just a tackle machine.
Wait, you're drafting defensive players in
IDPs,
fantasy?
baby.
Oh,
IDPs.
God, that is.
We need to get to 500 so we can get some super chats, and I can help some of y'all with y'all's fantasy
Go
team.
coach Division III football if you're going to take it that serious.
Hey,
they did sign.
You're looking at like a 15-time champ right here.
And you're looking at a guy who's viewing you the same exact way as I did before I knew that. The Bucs took a flyer 1-year deal on Hassan Reddick. He's still only 30. Potentially could be some kind of complimentary edge piece there. The big thing for them is the only person.
Didn't he sit out most of the year over at Jets?
Yeah. After the trade from Philly, the only thing the Buccaneers really lost on the offensive side of the ball was their offensive coordinator. Liam Cohen, now the head coach in Jacksonville. And I say that, the Buccaneers elevated their passing game coordinator, a smart dude, graduated from Yale, a guy that's going to run the same system. But this will now be Baker's 8th different offensive coordinator in the last 8 seasons.
He sounds like Alex Smith,
It's
man.
crazy.
It's
crazy.
Until he got to Andy Reid, which he had a different offensive coordinator every year.
Yeah, exactly.
It was crazy.
You mentioned Bucky Irvin. So last year, Bucs were top 4 in we think of the passing numbers with Baker. They were top 4 in rushing as well.
Yeah, Bucky was like running all the field, which opened up the passing game for him.
And if the offense doesn't slip too much from losing Cohen, and if the defense comes to any kind of resemblance of what they've been the past 5 years before last year, I think clearly the Bucs are the class of this division.
Yeah, they're definitely the team to be. At 9, I would say I kind of like that number 9. I think it's going to be it's going to come down to the very end. Who's going to win this division? And let's see if someone has a winning record. You know what I'm saying? Whoever wins it.
The Bucs have the 10th easiest schedule.
They go against the AFC East.
Right.
They got the Bills.
But outside of that,
nothing. They also go against the NFC West.
Okay.
So you're going against the only
Seattle in a rebuild.
The Kyler, you know what I'm saying? But
I don't think
the Rams and the Niners.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it's that's surprising to me that.
Well, they get to play the Panthers and Saints.
Well, that's
twice.
The reason why, because they beat up on their own division.
Exactly. So, Bucs at 9.5. I kind of lean with you. I think they might be a 10-win team by default because the ass end of their division is so bad. Mm-hmm. But somehow, the Bucs historically seem to split one of those series between with Carolina or the Saints. Yeah. So I'm with you. I think that might be a 9 instead of the over. I think they might be a little under. The team Vegas has closest to them, Atlanta. You mentioned Michael Penix, last 3 games of the season. That's obviously what the Falcons are betting on. Penix looking like a franchise quarterback at the end of last season. Bijan.
If you look at it, if he made some incredible plays, but was he like Jaden Daniels? No.
No, God, not even close. No.
So to say that they want him to be the franchise, but they still picked up Kirk Cousins' $10 million option. So they still have Kirk lingering in the background, which, from watching that quarterbacks, he did a great job, but he just got injury after injury after injury. And he actually said in that thing, which was, I got this from Drew Brees in 2010. He wrote a book where he's like, my job is to never let that backup see the field, because that's when you lose your job.
Good mentality to have.
You know what I'm saying? Well, so he was trying to play through injury. That's why he had one of the worst seasons he's ever had.
He was 6-3. And when the injuries really started to accumulate.
Yeah.
You mentioned the QB show. I think we might talk about that Wednesday because I'm going to try to crash course it, try to burn through it because I want to get caught up so we can talk about it since now I know you've finished it.
Yeah.
You remember when we were talking about those ESPN positional surveys where ESPN surveyed league executives, coaches, and scouts to get the rankings?
Yeah.
You want to take a guess where Bijan fell on those rankings? Talking running backs.
Top 3?
Pretty close. He finished fourth. Fourth in the ranking. Yeah, you had.
So you got Christian, Saquon.
Oh, buddy.
Derek.
Buddy, I hate to break it to you.
Oh, Christian's not there? Good.
I
love being the underdog.
I think he might have slipped a little bit.
All right, so you got Saquon, Derek.
I believe it went Saquon, then Derek in that order. I'm looking at it. I'm looking it up. Yeah, it went Saquon, Derek. Number 3 was not McCaffrey. McCaffrey was number 5.
Yeah. Number 3, who else? Oh, Brees?
No, Brees. I don't even think he got top 10. I don't even think he was honorable mention. NFC North, Lions.
Oh, Jahmyr
Gibbs, yeah.
All right, so that's a reach in my opinion.
I would have had Bijan over.
I take Bijan over Gibbs,
I do
but
too.
I think they're doing that because the better passing game. So your running back will get an easier time when the cornerbacks and the linebackers have to stay true. I think they can't sit there and sneak up a little bit and close the gaps.
I think there's also a bit of the romanticization of Gibbs playing on a 15-win team and Bijan playing on a Falcons team was going nowhere.
Well, they're also counting on the fact that Detroit Lions, number 1 seed, lost against the Commanders, in the divisional round, and they were just, I can't believe this happened, blah, 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 And
the question to me is if...
I'm like, y'all still Detroit, right?
Yeah, it hasn't changed. I love you, Dan. I love you to death.
I love you, but you're still Detroit, right?
If Atlanta called Detroit and said, we'll trade Bijan for Jahmyr Gibbs straight up, I think Detroit does the deal.
Hell yeah.
So that, to me, is kind that's the Bill Simmons measurement of which team says no. Mm-hmm. I think Atlanta says no more than Detroit says no. So I would flip those. But, yeah, I mean... I
flip those in style, but as for stats, I can see why they put Gibbs up there is because of the passing attack that we know the Lions are going to have versus the question mark that we have with
Atlanta.
Penix.
So the Falcons again have the expected 4th easiest schedule.
Beating up on their division.
We talk. Obviously, the offense is the flashy narrative, flashy storylines to talk about with Atlanta. Let me hit you. I saw this stat earlier today as I was prepping for this segment. Let me hit you with one of the most insane stats I've heard in a long time.
What's that?
Last year, Atlanta finished 31st in the league in sacks, in their sack total. What their defense produced, not sacks given up. Their offensive line is actually really good. Yeah. And they re-signed Jake Matthews. They were second to last in total sacks last year as a defense. That was a massive improvement. And you say, how can that be massive? They only moved up 1 spot. Listen to this. In the last 5 years in the NFL, the Falcons are dead last in total sacks.
Yeah,
last 5 years, dead last.
They never had an edge rusher.
Let's go look at the last 10 years. The Falcons are dead last over the last decade. Let's go look at the last 2 decades. The last 20 years of NFL football, the Atlanta Falcons have the lowest sack total of all teams when you add up the last 20 years.
They play contained defense.
They haven't had a pass rush in 2 decades. That was insane. As I was reading that, I was reading an athletic article, and I was like, no, that can't be true. And I started looking it up. I was like, oh my God, this awful. And you remember in the draft. They trade.
You got the Bucs. They never had a stellar quarterback, so that's a run game. You had Drew Brees, who would never get sacked because he just was a quick thrower.
Yeah.
And then you got Carolina. I guess Cam Newton would always get a yard or two.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If the pocket broke down.
Yeah. And
but that's just the past decade and a half.
Right. Like, go back 20 years.
Yeah.
You're talking Jake Delhomme, man. Yeah. Like it's Aaron Brooks, the old, and Deuce McAllister, the old Saints backfield.
Yeah.
The Falcons did go about addressing that in the first round of the draft. They take Jalen Walker 15th, but then they traded so many future picks to move back into the first round to get James Pierce Jr., the kid from Tennessee, at 26. So looking like they used 2 first-round draft picks on edge rushers. Yeah. If that doesn't help things get better,
I don't know what you do.
Yeah, I mean.
And on offense, I mean, Drake London definitely seemed like he liked Penix. He broke out way more with Penix, which is good. Bijan, I still think he's third best running back in the league. Darnell Mooney was a breakout. You know, he was used to play for Chicago Bears, but had a breakout. He's an over-the-top type of guy. He can break that. Ray McLeod, old 49er, he's a speedster. He runs across the middle. And God dang it, Kyle Pitts, the fantasy scapegoat. Everybody wants him to do good in fantasy. And it's like, we all feel like the Cowboys. This is his year. This is his year because he was a number 1 draft pick. He was supposed to be the next Travis Kelce, George Kittle, all the greats, Greg Olsen.
He was supposed to be the next Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, Hernandez, Gronk.
Great Florida tight end.
Yeah. And
he was so physically dominant in college. It looked like it was an obvious, clearly this guy will translate to
wingspan bigger
the league.
than any other tight end, like 6'6", 6'7".
I still think potentially, if the Falcons give up on him, he's a guy that he's going to get multiple second, third.
Yeah, but they're all going to be one-year deals and stuff like that.
It'll be like we saw with like Jermichael Finley when he bounced around, or Mercedes Lewis when he bounced around and then finally landed in Jacksonville and it all clicked and he was a top 5 tight end
for like 2 or 3 years. Yeah,
and in his late 20s as opposed to the stud prospect he was early. Yeah, you still have, so Vegas has Falcons 7.5. Do you think they're clearly the second best team in this division?
No.
You don't think they're clearly ahead of Carolina or New Orleans? You think the Saints?
Saints are sneaky, man.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about the Saints now because I have some of my own notes. So you might even think Falcons lower than 7.5.
I think because they're gonna get beat up in the division. I think the AFC East and the NFC East that they got to play. They're not chumps, you know what I'm saying? And the Giants, and then you got the Jets. That's the only ones, but the Jets could be good, you know? They still got weapons, unlike the Giants, except for the receiver.
Yeah, except for Neighbors.
Yeah, but I just see this is the division where it's they're going to go under 500 and someone's going to have a home field advantage, and then we're going to have to talk about the division should not guarantee a home field advantage. That is stupid, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, my God.
Well, that's where that number is, 7.5. I mean, if they win 8 and that wins the division, there's your home playoff game.
I got them winning at 7 or 8.
So, yeah, I mean, that's where Vegas is.
But that's where I have them and Saints. I feel like it's one of those we had in previous divisions. It could be, let's see who's the last game of the year type thing.
Oh, yeah, to determine that. Yeah. I still think Tampa Bay is clear. Tampa Bay is clear of whoever you want to try to put second.
You want to know the last game of the year?
Tampa Bay, Atlanta?
No, Atlanta Saints.
New Orleans.
So just like I said, it could come down to the last game of the year. It's going to come down to the last game, whoever's going to be on top, in my opinion.
So you think either Atlanta or New Orleans is going to finish ahead of Tampa?
No. On top between them.
Between for a second.
Yeah, I think Tampa needs they gotta win 9-10 games.
Well,
You know
then
what
let's
I'm saying?
burn through Carolina so we can talk about the Saints.
Okay.
Close it out. The Panthers.
Bryce Young bust.
Is it?
I think he is, man.
So he was
Short.
benched after 2 games. We got the redhead Jesus Andy Dalton coming in.
Still going in it.
And then he played pretty well coming back from the benching, including a 5-touchdown game, in second to last game of the season, I think. I think it might have been either Atlanta or New Orleans. A really bad. It's still 5-touchdown
Someone
game
that was beat
in the
up.
league. I think it was 3 passing, 2 rushing, or whatever. I don't know. I'm not ready. I wouldn't say Bryce Young bust, but I would say
Bryce Young bust.
Significant improvement. It needs to be shown. It's year 3.
I love Chuba Hubbard, my Oklahoma State Cowboy. You know, he was like the best running back in college football for a year, but like he just is not putting up those numbers for, you know.
They signed former Cowboy Rico Dowdle. Actually, gave him a deal that might get up over $6 million, which is crazy. They drafted McMillan, the wide receiver from Arizona. I mean, that's your new number 1 option for Bryce.
But name one of their. Oh, you probably will get name one of their starting wide receivers.
Leggett, the guy that has the really funny accent.
Yeah, Xavier,
real Southern.
legit,
Yeah, I like
Leggett,
that. I like that. But he was a first-round pick last year that didn't really pop much last year. I mean, it's year 2 for him.
Tatoria McMillan.
Yeah, McMillan, the kid they drafted from Arizona.
And then Adam Thielen.
Those are, oh, God, I forgot Thielen's even still
Xavier
there.
Leggett. And then on the back end, on the depth chart, you got David Moore, who will never leave Carolina.
Former Cowboys reporter?
Yeah. No, Moore's been
Former
there.
Dallas Morning News reporter?
You got Hunter Renfro, who used to be a PPR machine for
in
Vegas. Jalen Coker. Like, you just don't know anybody. I mean, Tommy Trimble as your, whatchamacallit, they even have him as out. So,
no, Carolina's bad. Carolina's really bad. Carolina is clearly, so speaking of how bad the Falcons were with their pass rush, last year the Panthers allowed the 3rd most points of any team in the last 20 years. So the Falcons in the last 20 years have had the lowest sack total of any team. Last year, the Panthers allowed 31.4 points a game.
Yeah.
And that was the 3rd most of any team ever over the last 20 years. This is a historic. I started, again, no team in this division finished in the top half of the league in points per game allowed last year. It's historically, it's not just bad, it's historically bad defensively, which also, not to take anything away from Baker, but
how do they
4,500 yards and 41 touchdowns against this division last year. The numbers were great, but you're padding them against historically bad defenses.
Yeah. And how do you have Carolina not last?
I'll tell you.
Now we're coming to this. Like,
because
is there anything else on Carolina?
No, God, no. I mean, 6.5 is where Vegas has them. Give me the under. Give me the under. Kellen Moore, this is why the Saints only are at 5.5 expected in Vegas, because Kellen Moore is stuck with either 26-year-old Tyler Shuck. Let me say that again. He will be 26 in September, a guy they just drafted in the 2nd round, a guy who started at Oregon, transferred to Tech, wide open, pass-happy offense, couldn't work at Tech, transferred to Louisville, had some better moments, but also a guy that has had season-ending injuries at Oregon, at Tech, at Louisville.
Yeah.
A guy that has massive red flags when it comes to injuries. A guy that's 26 years old before the season starts. Or Spencer Rattler. Those are your quarterback options.
So I think Rattler ends up being it. And if Rattler,
they fully guaranteed Tyler Shuck's 2nd-round contract.
So if Rattler, he was like the Heisman favorite going into his last year, and completely. He was the Heisman favorite his last year at Oklahoma.
And then he got replaced. And then when he lost the job, transferred to South and had moments at South Carolina, but never came close to that. I mean, it was a 5th-round pick.
He can if he and now he's becoming more of a veteran status. You know, this is third year in the
He's
league.
4 years younger. He's 3 years younger than Tyler Shuck.
What are you talking about? His third year in the league, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like, how old is Spencer Rattler?
But that's, I mean,
like he's still, yeah, dude. Spencer Rattler is almost 3 years younger. He's 2.5 years younger than the guy they just drafted in the second round.
I'm not saying they're gonna win the division, man.
Yeah.
We're like, I'm saying that he might be in competition for the second place in the worst division in football. But I mean, you still got Chris Olave, you know,
who was injured most of the time. Spencer Rattler played quarterback last year for the Saints. That would have helped. I'll give you that.
Rashid Shaheed, that guy's an over the top guy.
The guy that used to host Inside the NBA.
No, man.
Oh,
come on, man. And then you got Brandon Cooks, who just old man Cooks, still doing it, back with his old team,
buddy.
Juwan Johnson at tight end.
I watched Brandon Cooks for the last 2 years. That's not an addition.
Whoa. Where did he play?
That's not. Yeah.
Where did he play?
Wasting away as a wide receiver number 2 opposite
I'll take Rattler over someone that you like. So
now you're just being ridiculous. Now you're just trying to troll. Troll isn't good content. I mentioned the quarterback specifically. Here's the storyline. Here's the narrative. Yeah. The Saints are tanking for Arch.
Y'all, you think they are?
His Arch Manning with the Saints all those years.
I didn't even think about that.
Dude, they want that so bad.
But is Arch even going to come out next year?
They'll tank again. They've got Tyler Shuck.
Again.
Like, dude, they fully guaranteed Tyler Shuck's 4-year deal. They're going to give either him or Spencer Rattler
they'll tank again.
We'll do
what
it
if
again.
He stays there for the 5th year?
They'll do like Ditka when he traded 7 first-round picks for Ricky Williams. Like, they're going to trade every asset they have to make Arch Manning the Saints quarterback whenever he comes
owns Mannings.
No question.
We need to have some Mannings.
You mentioned any potential signs of hope for New Orleans. I love the hiring of Brandon Staley as defensive coordinator. The defense should be significantly better just based on his hire. I mean, he was always a better coordinator than a head coach,
and this is like
he showed with the Chargers. Back being a defensive coordinator again, I think that's a big addition.
They actually got a D-line, you know, Cameron Jordan, you know. They don't have the kid from, UTSA anymore, but
Davenport, he moved.
But I mean, Cameron Jordan's still one of the best in the league to do it. You know, you got Kool-Aid over there at the left linebacker, Chase Young.
Yeah, 22-year-old Kool-Aid still. He's now their number 1 corner since they traded what's his name last year.
Tyrann Mathieu, Honey Badger's still back there. So the defense, I feel like, is going to win them some games that they shouldn't have.
I agree. But potentially.
And then Rattler could, or one of them could just be like, you still got Olave, which I could think, man, if he had top 10 quarterback, he could be one of the best receivers in the game. He's that good.
He would be a lot closer to getting there.
His route running, his hands, and he's got speed. So
the Saints scored 19. They scored under 20 points a game last year with Derek Carr and Olave in the second half. That offense they might be the worst offense in the league potentially. They're bottom 5.
Yeah.
It's not good.
But you know what that does? It brings up the value of the receivers because they got to be chunking it.
You get the what's his name? Gordon when he was on the Browns, the former Baylor kid who leads the league in receiving, but they win 3 games.
Alvin Kamara is going to put up a 6-touchdown game.
Dude, Kamara is so washed. It's just a matter. He
put up a 6-touchdown game last year.
I think do you think he's a top 10 running back in the league anymore?
10, yes. Lower on that 10.
Oh, man.
I put him in at like a 7 or 8.
Really? I think, oh, man.
Yeah. He's still that man sometimes.
I feel like I could give you 11, 12 players before I even think about it. And this might be, again, me not being as much like of Kamara, the NFL personnel
Kamara got that
expert.
Got that money from him. And
then he messed up his toe. Had to have the surgery.
I think he's not motivated because they're tanking. You know what I'm saying, for Arch. But
okay. Alvin Kamara on these rankings that we keep referencing. Again, not ESPN talking heads, league execs, coaches, and scouts.
Yeah.
Kamara is 10th. He's 10th.
What'd I tell you?
It's fair.
So you're saying I should be an exec?
The highest ranking anybody gave him was 7.
I should be an exec.
And lowest ranking was unranked, of course.
Because if one guy can break open and win you 1 or 2 games, that is huge in the NFL. And that's what Kamara will do. He will win you 1, 2, maybe 3 games. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think he's a 3-win player
not
anymore.
Not a 3-win, but he 1 or 2.
I'll give you the 1. I'll put the over-under at 1.5. I'll take the under and say 1.
1.
We'll see if you get to 2.
I'll go over. We'll revisit this one.
So Saints,
because I will be drafting Kamara in a fantasy league late in the 3rd round.
Saints 5.5. You're taking the over?
Yeah, I got them at 7. I got them at 6 or 7. I'm telling you, man.
Well, okay, let me ask you this.
The last game of the year is going to be who's going to get second place in that division.
Before we move on to the lightning round,
yeah,
this is the last question I'll ask.
All right.
Who has a better record at the end of the year, the New Orleans Saints or the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh, well, Cowboys.
Okay, all right. Just making sure you're not totally losing your mind.
I'm not losing my mind. You
You
want me to say things that you don't want to say? Who's going to have a better record at the end of the year? The Niners or the Cowboys?
The Niners. They're the better football team.
You didn't like saying that, did you?
No, it's just a matter of. It feels like you're gaslighting and trying to make me believe in.
Who's going to have a better record?
Alvin Kamara and the fighting New York Aints.
Who's going to have a better record? The Dolphins or the Cowboys?
LG, it's time for the lightning round.
There it is.
I think I'd still go Dallas, but it makes me, it makes me interested. It makes me interested to discuss further when we get to our NFC East preview. That'll be next week, along with your NFC West preview. We'll do NFC North on Wednesday, but let's do the lightning round before we get out of here. Had a big, unexpected death across the news desk earlier this afternoon.
Rest in power, King.
Malcolm Jamal Warner, most well-known for Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show, 54 years old at the time of his passing.
I tell you, dude, he
apparently got caught in a...
Costa Rica.
And got caught in a, whatchamacallit, the...
Riptide.
Riptide, yeah.
I tell you, like, the Pacific side, you can't go out more than 10 feet. Like, you go on that Pacific side, like, they tell you, like, unless you're a surfer that has, 10, 20 years of knowledge, like, it'll suck you out and sometimes you won't be found.
Yeah, what do they always say? Anytime if you do get stuck in a ripcord, you swim, like, parallel to the beach to try to get out, and then
you save your energy for certain, as soon as you feel like a swell, you're supposed to save your energy. And you kind of swim into it, and then you got I don't know. There's like rules.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I just don't go in it.
I'm a huge swimmer. Yeah. Not a big ocean swimmer. Did either of y'all? The Cosby Show kind of just missed my childhood timeline.
It was a wholesome family show. It was kind of like a Family
Matters. Did you actually watch it a lot growing up?
I mean, it was like I watched it, but I liked other stuff more edgier stuff. That was.
What about you, LG? Do you have
Simpsons? The Simpsons were coming out.
Yeah,
but it was definitely something for the culture that was huge until.
Well,
Bill Cosby was the biggest raper of them all.
Look, separate the art from the artist involved. The Cosby Show has a terrible dark cloud over it, but. That doesn't take away from Malcolm Jamal
Hitler was
Warner's.
A painter. He was an artist.
Okay, so I guess by that logic, you've got me. I will say he also was a guest character on one of my favorite shows ever, Community.
Oh, yeah.
He was
I loved
awesome
it, yeah.
on Community.
He was a guest character on a lot. Whenever I saw him,
he always popped up. He was always good.
Like, oh, man, Theo.
Yeah. He always popped up and was good in whatever he was in. So, yeah, Rest in peace, Theo.
Yep, man.
Send the family a ham.
Hit me.
Spurs.
We got more NFL drama coming from our commander-in-chief. He is threatening not to get a stadium rebuild for Washington unless they change it back to the Redskins.
Yeah, it wasn't just It wasn't just Washington, though, because didn't he also threaten Cleveland? Although he can't use a stadium in there.
Yeah,
he called Cleveland an Original Six baseball team, confusing them with Original Six hockey. Which also they weren't even the Indians when they were founded. I think they were the Blues and then the Spiders and then the Indians.
As Stephen A. Smith said, it is ongoing vengeance against the NFL because he came up short from buying Buffalo Bills, and he said, "I'll get my revenge." From Stephen A. Smith, take it for what it's worth, but he said the owners voted against him for getting the loan.
Yeah, from back in the USFL days. Yeah, I had a buddy, my old buddy Truman, who some of y'all remember from the podcast. We were texting back and forth about this earlier. I kind of think Cleveland could have kept the Indians' name if they had just gotten rid of Chief Wahoo.
Yeah.
If they had just dropped the caricature logo,
but
just
that was
be
from a
the
famous
Indians.
chief, and I'm like, yeah, but you had him dressed up like an
the
idiot.
Again, you could keep Chief Wahoo, I guess, the name if it is actually. I didn't realize it was actual. Chief.
Oh no, maybe it was.
I think you're thinking of Blackhawk or
the one that's the Washington logo was an actual.
Oh yeah, the Redskin logo. Yeah. The other funny thing. This is kind of talking about Rob Ford. Like there's always, if you say something now, there's always evidence you said the exact opposite years ago.
Yeah.
Back October 2013, this was a tweet. The president should not be telling the Washington Redskins to change their name. Our country has far bigger problems. Focus on them, not nonsense. That's from Trump in 2013. Yeah. So maybe take some of your own advice. Let's focus on.
Nah, he's like Epstein files. Look over there.
Yeah, hold on.
Look over there.
Yeah, let's. We don't need to. What is a guardian anyway? What are we doing here? Hit me, LG. We'll do a couple.
Smiles and glory holes.
That's right, Jerry. We'll do one. I got one more before we get out of here because I know you've got the ender this week. I'll save the rest of mine for Wednesday. Will Levis ends up having season-ending shoulder surgery, and the only reason I bring that up is Cam Ward has got to go down as the least talked about number one overall drafted quarterback of my entire lifetime. Like the fact that we're even talking about Will Levis season-ending surgery and not the fact that Cam Ward is now
usually
clear.
The number one overall pick is usually like the top, like at least a subject like done 3 or 4 times a week on NFL Live.
I mean, think about Bryce Young.
Yeah.
When he was
I think Bryce Young screwed it up for all of us again,
Well, I think Bryce Young having the heritage of being a 5-star recruit, going to Alabama. We knew who he was his sophomore year, freshman year of college. Cam obviously taking a more circuitous route through UIW here, then Washington State, and then 1 year. Basically, 1 year, no one knew him at Washington State except for people like us that knew him from UIW or the fighting Mike Leach army that's still up there in the Pacific Northwest. But the 1 year at Miami is really the only time the national audience has seen him.
Yeah.
And so somehow he goes down as the least talked about first drafted quarterback
They're talking
ever.
about Shador more than him.
1,000%.
And also Mike Williams from the Chargers retired. So
we just talked about him when we were doing the AFC West preview.
Yeah, he was the over top, and he if he stayed healthy, but I think the injuries kept up on him. Rasheed Rice, 30 days in jail. He will be suspended for this in the beginning of the season. Will it be 6, 8 games? It was 2 felonies. People got injured.
It might be 8.
He walked away.
I said 6 earlier.
Could it be a season?
No.
I mean, Ray Rice hit a girl and lost his career. This dude ran into a pregnant woman too, and left the scene of the crime.
Look,
we is actually spending jail time.
We all know that the league is handling discipline way different.
Oh, who's this quarterback?
Who's
this quarterback?
Oh my! Everything is a conspiracy. It's not
a
It's literally
a freaking conspiracy.
Okay, the most profitable franchise in the entire world that's a member of the NHL. They had a running back lift up a girl's shirt, expose her breast at a St. Patrick's Day. They had him
I thought that was on the beach.
Had him. No, it was a St. Patty's Day parade at Lower Greenville up there in Dallas. Had him. Had a girlfriend.
That was 6 games.
Literally, we saw the evidence where she's texting friends like, "Yeah, I'm going to frame him. I'm setting him up for this. I'm going to ruin his life." He ends up getting more time than or like more of a suspension than you would have expected. So it's not. It's not a conspiracy. They did it to the Cowboys. They'll do it to the Chiefs. I think he gets at least 6, probably 8, like you're saying. It's not going to be a full year. It's not deserving of a full year.
2 felonies, 30 days in jail.
Yeah, he's only spending 30
days in jail. He left the scene of a crime, did not render aid.
If you don't have a felony in the NFL, you're not living your life right. You're fine. Hit me, LG. I'll do one more before you close us out here. Since you mentioned signing, CP3 ends up returning to the Clippers where he spent 2011 through 2017.
Just to stick it to Sterling's family.
That Clippers team, they now have 41-year-old CP3.
The oldest team.
They got Bradley Beal after he was bought out by the Suns. They got Brook Lopez, Brook's got to be 36, 37 at least. John Collins, the cast-off from Utah. All of these oddly fitting pieces, and I kind of...
Well, you like it?
I kind of do, actually.
Oh, my God, dude. They're going to get run off the court, dude.
Who finishes with a better record next year, Clippers or Spurs?
Spurs.
Close us out. I'm not even arguing that. I'm not even arguing that.
Hit me, LG. It's not the video that we got set up. I'm going to save that for Wednesday. It's not my baseball one I've been trying to get on here.
Oh, the one that you've called for 3 straight episodes? Or 2, I guess.
LG keeps just cussing me out.
I wish y'all could hear LG chastising Captain. It's worth an OnlyFans subscription just to hear that.
So we got Scooter Boy. This is what the kids are doing nowadays. They are sitting here riding these little razor scooters and doing tricks. This is getting more popular than skateboarding.
I saw Oliver Tree doing a scooter video with the guy that busted the triple backflip at the X Games on the bicycle. He also rides scooter.
Scooter, yeah.
What, Mikey Williams?
All right, let's roll this clip. This is where scootering goes wrong. Right into the corner, my man.
That noise, the noise that immediately comes from that poor little kid, like that is, I'm telling y'all, you remember a couple weeks ago when I was talking about taking the bike to the skate park? That was my biggest fear, is that I was just going to be on the ground going,
like trying to catch your breath.
Knock the wind out of me.
We're going to catch it one more time. Oh! That ramp has to be slick, man. You know what I'm saying? He gets so much speed after he was bailing out.
Yeah, he was not.
I don't have this one.
I'm not about this.
I'm bailing out, but then he just slides so fast and just hits the worst part, the corner.
Yeah, it was
the corner.
It could have been so much worse. I will update. I saw a picture they put out of the kid.
He's alive.
He's alive. He was in a wheelchair the next day when he went back to the skate park. But I don't believe there's any permanent damage. Did y'all ever watch the, what was that show on MTV, Scarred?
Yeah.
Where it was just nothing but dudes wiping out on skateboards or,
yeah, I hated
rollerblades
that.
or
you always see like the broken arm.
Exactly. I could not watch that. And that as soon as you sent me that clip yesterday or this weekend, that was the very first thing I thought of that would have been on Scarred.
The only thing would have been better if the cameraman did his job and ran up and saw the aftermath.
Yeah, to get right. Yeah, zoom in. Hey, man.
Breathe, man. Breathe.
You could tell, everyone watching could tell that was about, they're like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Yeah, as soon as he bailed out, it was like, nah.
Oh, well, that'll end it for tonight. LG, remind me on Wednesday. I want to ask you about Donkey Kong Bonanza, because I think think I might be interested in trying to find that Switch 2 a little quicker than I anticipated.
Hey, I'm reselling one for twice the money.
Okay, well, not for that, thief. We'll get to that Wednesday night, though. If you want to follow along with me at X, or on X, at Biggest Puma, on Instagram, biggest.puma.
On Instagram, Newton handle, the captain's chair, 210.
LG, when's the next stream for you, my man?
Nothing planned, but sometime this week.
Well, very generic. I love it. Tune in to Ticket 760 Wednesday, 4 to... Oh, God. 4 to 7. I'll be filling in for Uncle Andy. Till then, be good. Peace.
Kids, what do we say about drugs?
Only thugs use drugs. Say no to drugs.
Yeah!